I said, get out with a nickel profit, get out with a nickel loser.
Right. But we can sell sooner than that.
No.
You must stay until...
You must stay until you get your nickel or you die of boredom.
That's what I thought.
Okay?
That's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought. Right. We're there.
But if you're trading novellas, people, some of you are in at 27, you're already out. It was just 21, you're already out. So I don't know who's dying of boredom.
Like up here, where does it say I bought this for? Where up here?
Right here, it doesn't say what it says you're 10 long, you're down 3 cents.
Okay.
Here's the price you bought it for, average price.
Okay.
Okay, do it again.
Okay. But I want to know if I won. I got my 5.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. When we get them all done, we'll find out whether you won or lost.
The same stock you want to say?
Yes. Now, if you lost, that means you were going the wrong direction. So maybe you might want to, if you were long last time, maybe you want to go short now.
I just hit sell, and it's still...
You got a pending order.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're trying to sell it, and you clicked on a price. So it's trying to sell it at 23.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, so now cancel your order. Okay, now change this to market. Order type to market. Okay, now hit the sell button and you'll get out instantly. So on round 1, you missed. Okay, that's an execution error. Don't worry about it. That's what this is all about. To show you how easy it is to click on the wrong thing and you were selling it for 23 and the market's at 18. Okay, so then you had to recover from that. You had to cancel that order, change it to market, and get out because now it's 16. See, if you waited any longer, you would have lost more. That's the whole point of this.
But I had it on limit, which was...
Right.
Which was what price?
Well, you had it at 30.23. See it? It's still in there gray?
Yeah.
And you did that by accidentally clicking on one of these numbers up here.
Oh, okay. So when I'm selling, I should sell on the market?
Well, right now, I just want you to buy and sell because it's easy that way, at market, yeah.
Okay, that's what you said in the beginner should
Right.
sell at market.
Yeah, I want you guys on market, and I want you to be able to buy, sell, and sell short using just market. We'll get into the fancy stuff as we get a little further into the class.
Okay.
But right now, I just want you to try to get a buy and a sell with a nickel winner or a nickel loser. I don't care. What am I trying to train you to do? Make a nickel, or am I trying to get you to find the buttons?
Find the buttons.
Find the buttons. Find the buttons in a timely manner. Okay? Now, I'm not picking on Jim, but he just did it. He really wanted to get out at his price, but he clicked on the price. It slipped by, and he was trying to offer out a limit order. And so the computer said, okay, you want to sell it at 23, but we're at 20. Okay, is this stock fast enough for you now? No. You guys are at 30.25. It's at 30.10 now.
Mike, I still don't see what I'm buying it for.
Okay, here's your price. You bought it for 30.13.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I gotta
it is
watch.
currently at 30.11.
Yeah.
You're down 3 cents.
Yeah, I got 2 more. I'm gonna get out.
You're gonna get
I'm
out.
gonna sell.
So immediately you say 13. That's 8 is a nickel down, and 18 is a nickel up.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, how would I go short on this?
Sell the short. Hit the short button. Okay, what does that say?
Well, I want to sell it at the penny below
Penny above.
or penny above.
Hit yes.
Okay.
Got a pending order.
Okay.
You're in. You're short.
Okay.
You're short at 10. You're short at 11.
Okay.
Okay. So that means what?
I
You
wanna
must
get
get
out.
out at 16 and you buy back at 06. Your stop loss is 16.
16. It's 16
Five.
now. 17.
Oh, well then buy it. Quick.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Oh my goodness. See, you missed again. Getting a nickel isn't that easy, is it?
Yeah, now I'm going back up. It's 15 now. I bought it at 13.
Right, so you're going to sell it at 18.
18, or if it turns around, it goes back the other way.
Right. Now I picked this stock. This is a very, very fast, herky-jerky stock, guys. And you should be able to find a nickel in this every 30 seconds. Yes, dear.
Okay, I bought it for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I want it to be either at 9 or 19.
Well, you sold it for that, first off.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to have to get out at 19, and you'd like to get out at 09.
Which,
Right now is 18. This is what you buy from. Now it's 19. You missed. Okay, you're out, but you probably got out at 21. And that's why you have to pay attention. That's why you have to know before you get in.
I don't understand which one to watch.
Okay, who are you? You sold it, so you need to buy it back.
Okay.
You're a buyer. Who do you need?
Sellers.
Where are the sellers located? Good.
Okay.
If you went long, you bought it, you need to sell it. Who do you need?
Wait, I sold it, so I need buyers, so I need to be here.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so,
But now in this situation, when I'm watching both, I really do need,
well, it depends on who you are. That's all you have to decide
So
on.
I-
Who
okay.
am I? If I'm a buyer, I need sellers. If I'm a seller, I need buyers.
so. Okay. So when I sell short and then I'm buying it back, so I need sellers,
Mm-hmm.
I only need to watch this.
That yellow
these
box.
guys,
Uh-huh.
And so then I watch if it goes to 0.9 or 19.
Correct.
Okay, because I was trying to see, well, do I do 19 and 9 or 9, you know?
No, if you, what are you doing? If you're short, you're going to buy in either case.
Okay.
So here's my sellers.
Okay,
That's all you have to do. Is it 09 or is it 19?
okay.
Okay?
Okay, that helps.
Okay, guys, keep doing this. I'm going to give you about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Don't worry about it, Julio. Don't look at your money down there. Shane. Oh,
Here, there's more buyers, so the price is going up, isn't it?
I just saw that you had that on activity.
Yeah,
Okay.
since there is more buyers, so maybe the price is going up.
Yeah, but what's the market doing? Is the market going up or going down right now?
It's going up.
It's going up, so now buy it long. Okay, now,
Now
you're,
switch this
you're in at 18, so you have to get out at 23 or at 13.
We need to be at 13.
Okay? Where are you going to get out at? Where's the number going to show up? You bought long, you're a seller. Who do you need?
When I sell, I need more sellers.
No, you need buyers
I need
over
more
here.
buyers, yeah.
So you want to look, and when this turns to 23 or 13, that's when you're going to sell.
It's going down or no, it's going up?
It's going up. You're making money.
Bigger, you need to be able to zoom in on this.
Zoom in is the 4th one down. It's a little box right underneath your drawing thing. Click on it. Okay, if you're in a position and you're profitable, you know, take the money off and stop trading. We're going to go look at what you've done. Alrighty, guys, let's have a look up here. And some of you will like this and some of you won't. Okay? First off, is everybody flat? Everybody saying no position underneath their up and tick down tick arrow. Please look, okay? Because my last class I said that and everybody said, uh-huh. And I found I had Cisco long from a week and a half ago for 10 shares and I lost like $17 on 10 shares. I don't mind losing in front of you guys, but there's no sense in throwing money away. Okay. So the trick of the game here was to get in and out at 5 seconds using market. And some of you guys found that this was okay, and some of you found that it was a little bit difficult, okay? If I go down here and I hit the buy button, I have a pending order I got filled, now I have to get out, my average price is 12, okay? So I'm out at 17 or I'm out at 07, okay? So now if I bought this, I am a seller. Who do I need? Buyers. So when that turns to 07, I have to sell it. Now I missed. It got to 06 because I was talking, alrighty? Do you see how fast that went? So I always have to think about who I am. If I sell it short, I can't do it because I'm on a down tick. I say yes, it puts it a penny above. I have a pending order down here. I know it's pending because my cancel buttons are hot, okay? I can see it. Now, I may get filled or I may not. Let's see if we get filled here.
Cancel. Status fell short.
Pardon me? It says canceling. Yeah, I don't know why. It certainly is canceled now. Let's try it again. Sell short. Bing. It's routed now. Okay. Now understand, and Carl's eyes were very good. He saw this down here. The status was routed and it changed to canceling. That wasn't rush trade. No, oh, we got filled. That's why we got canceled. Okay. The pending order is canceled. So now I'm short at 06. So I'm out at 11 on a stop. Okay. And I sold it, so I'm a buyer. Who do I need? Sellers. Where are the sellers located? On the ask, right? Okay. So if I see this yellow turn 11, then I must buy. Now, people, I want you to notice that I do things. I don't sit here and stare at it. I put my mouse on the buy button right now. Okay. What did I tell you about when we go to the gunfight? Okay. We don't have to go to the gunfight with our guns holstered. Okay. I'm going to take the gun out, I'm going to cock it, and I'm going to walk up to the opponent like this, and I'm going to say, draw. Okay? I'm all prepared. All I do is drop my right finger, and I'm out of this. All righty? So where are we here? We're down 2, okay? We're still looking for either 11 to get out or 1 to take a profit. Now, are we going to get the 1? Well, 30 is a support line, isn't it? So it's going to be a real tough to get close to 30. All righty? But on the other hand, we'll probably be out here at the 11. Now, if I were doing this on a market order, here I go. I got more than 4. Okay, I'm ready. I got more than 4. I got 5. And I got 5 players at 11. I got 6.
Why would you wait for it?
I don't want to get out too soon. This is my stop loss. Okay, I got 8. What if it goes down from here?
Oh, okay, so you.
I want to get out at 11 unless what if this is the resistance line? Okay.
Right there.
And
Really, you're looking for 12.
no, I'm looking to get out at 11 if it's going away. Here we go. We're down to 5. They're down to 4. Now back up. Okay. At 4 or less, I'm going to pull the trigger. Okay. So now I can relax. Now we're back to 11. I got 6, 7, 8 of them there. Big size. It's printing 10s. Okay. It went back to 10. You see why you don't jump out just because it turns 11? There was lots of resistance there.
In the print, you're saying that.
Well, no, I'm looking at this. I'm counting noses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I got my finger on the button. If there's 4 or less, I'm going to pull the trigger. Okay.
But the public is still selling off at 10.
They're still selling at 10. The prints are running red. Market, the S&Ps are coming down. I'm in good shape here. You see? Now, I didn't panic, people. I had a plan. I knew exactly what I was doing. And suddenly, I turned a $5 loser into a $1 winner. Okay? Now, what if I was at limit? Okay, could I go up here and put 311 in there and put my finger on the buy button? I'm all prepared, aren't I? Now it's in my favor. Should I go down here and click on 01 and put my finger on the buy button as long as I'm profitable? Again, I can pull my gun out of the holster, I can cock it, and I can walk towards the gunfight with already prepared. All I do is drop my left finger. Okay? And that way I'm not hunting for things. Now I'm a loser. So I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to click on 11, and I'm going to protect myself. Okay? I don't wait for it to happen. I'm ahead of the power curve at all times. I know this seems simplistic, but people, not one of you thought to do it. You're all sitting here. You're all over here doing this and drawing lines and stuff like this, and you're watching this, and you're moving your mouse around. Some of you guys had your thing on activity, and you go, "Do I have a pending order? Where's my pending order?" Now, I'm not giving you a hard time, okay? Because it would be unreasonable for you to understand all this at one time. This is the first time. You got 40 minutes, 45 minutes to trade, okay? You're not going to be very good at this. I understand that. But I want you to start thinking now, how could I improve my life? What could I do to make my executions better? I told you the market can hurt you through two methods, through price and through time. But you are at risk from two things. Analysis. Did I choose the right stock in the right direction on the right day? And execution. Do I get in and out at the right price? Okay. How can I improve my execution? Well, I can load up the box. I can already have the price in there. I can already check my route, and I can have my finger on the button. Okay? And once again, we're short at 06. I can probably buy back the 04s or 03s for a $2 winner. Here we go, guys. 01, I'll put it in there. The S&Ps are dropping. It looks like we're going to go through this line down here. I have my finger on the buy button. I'm happy. I'm delighted to take the 01 winner. What if it goes through 30? I'll sell it short again. I don't have to hang on. Maybe I do this. How about this, guys? Would you have any problems with me doing this? I'll buy 50 back, okay? And I'll take a profit. I could take 50 right now and put money in my pocket, couldn't I? Okay? And let's let it go to 04, and we'll do exactly that. I want you guys to see this happen.
Oh, you can buy back more and it'll still cover your position in the short?
Oh, I can do that too. That's another sneaky thing, okay? Okay, here we go. So let's see, we're going to get an 02 here, okay? Well, we're not at 01. The 01s need to be over here for me to truly buy them, don't they? But let's buy 50 right now. Okay, I'm trying to buy 50. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm at the 01s. Let's go up here to 02s, and we're going to buy back 50 at 02, and I got it. So I already have money in my pocket, don't I?
Now, are you out of the short?
No, I still have 50 more to go. Okay, now it's going against me. Should I buy back the rest? Okay. Well, you know, I got $2 in my pocket now. Do I want this trade to turn out bad for me? Okay. So once you're profitable, don't let it go. Okay. Okay. So I can get out here. Okay, but we're printing. Well, they're not printing at all right now. There we go. And there's the 03s printing. 04s are almost gone. I'm going to put an order to buy 02s in here. I know I have a pending order. My keys are hot. Okay. Here we go. I'm back down. I don't think I'm going to get that 01. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. So I have a pending order to buy the other 50 at 02s. If I didn't like what I was going to do, if all of a sudden S&Ps went green down here, I mean big green, they just went little green. But let's do it. Cancel, limit, go to market, hit the buy, I'm out. Now I lost 50 cents on 50 shares and I made $2 on 50 shares. Okay, now let's have a look at what you guys did and we'll have some fun, okay? Let's see, we started with, Cy, you were what, 04? Okay. So, Cy went long in Dell at 33.30, okay? And after a while, approximately 30 seconds, okay, he sold it off for 26 for a 4-cent loser, okay? He then bought long into Novellus. Now, this is the game here, okay? This first one, this Dell, was just him setting up trades and stuff. But now we go into Novellus, and this is the game. So he bought the 27s, and he sold the 22s for a perfect nickel loser. Great trade. He bought the 21s, okay? Sold it for 15 cents. Missed by a penny, a 6-cent loser, okay? Sold short Novellus at the 14, and he bought cover at 17, okay, for a 3-cent loser. Didn't use the full 5 cents. So these two are bad trades here, okay? He then bought long, okay, at 22, and he sold it off at 17 for a nickel loser. Perfect. Good job. Bought long at 17 and sold it off at 13 for a 4-cent loser. Bad trade, okay? Sold short for a nickel, okay, and bought cover at 11 cents for a 6-cent loser. Missed again. Ain't easy getting out at 5.
Yeah, that was market too, so, you know, I have my
That's
finger on
what
the
you have to learn to lead the duck.
Have my finger on the button, you know, I was trying to hit it, but.
I understand, but you didn't.
I think what it is that, I think we're watching the wrong place.
That's why I wanted to go through this with you guys.
Because,
Okay,
yeah, we can hit
so
the button fast enough.
if I buy this long, okay, then I need to sell it. If I'm selling, where are my eyes fixed? On the bid. That's where the buyers are. If I'm short, where are my eyes fixed? On the people who will sell me cover. Okay, I'm a buyer. I need sellers, and this is where the sellers are. So, guys, I never even look at where the thing is going. The moment I open a long transaction, I just look at the bid. Okay, because that's my exit. That makes sense? And as long as it's going in my favor, it's great. And as it approaches my number, I start getting paranoid.
Hey, Mike, you know where I was looking?
Where?
The print.
Well, this is what has happened. This is what they want to do. Okay? So again, if I go in here and I buy this long, and I have the position now, okay, I buy this long, and how did it let me buy 50 in OTA 4? That's interesting. Okay? So I'm long, okay, at 06. I look here. I have to get out by 01. As soon as I see 01 with 4 or less in here, I'm out. Okay? Now, if I'm a hero, okay, I have to get up to 11. If I see 11 in here, okay, I know I can sell to them and get out as long as there's 4 or more, okay? So I should be doing it. See, now I waited, and now those 4 are gone. Actually, those 2 are gone. Now, I could still probably get out at 11 because I could split the spread, huh? Let's do that. I'll split the spread, sell the 11s. You'll see me post up here for a brief moment, and I'm gone. Okay? So I caused all those people to come down to 11, by the way, with my lousy 50 shares.
The comment though, 4 or less, that's the same thing as 1. 1 is less than 4.
Okay?
So why wait until you see 4 when you're saying 4 or less and you want to get out, you want to buy?
Okay, at 4, I must be pushing the button. Okay, but what if 4 don't show up in the first time?
Well, that's what I'm confused
Okay.
about the or less thing. I know
Okay,
when we see more than 4, that implies a potential turn
Right.
or reversal.
Right. 4 is just the time it takes you to get out. Okay, so if there's only 2 of them there, you got to push twice as fast. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. I mean, how many players are at 11 right now, or at 10 right now, or 11? 1. Okay. So now, do I have to be pushing it when I see 12 to get out at 11? Yeah. Because if it's going down fast, I'm not going to have time at 10. I got to lead the duck, people. I can't shoot at the duck. By the time the bullet gets there, the duck has flown past. So I got to look for about 4 players. So look at it now. We're right at coming up on closing. It's going to get real weird in here. Okay. Let's switch to something a little smoother here for a second. Okay. Clearly, if I extend the level 2 here, we see at 2260, there's only 2 players. Okay. Now, if this thing starts dropping very rapidly, when there are 2 61s left, if I pull a market sell, I might get the 60s. If I wait till there's only 2 people at 60, and that's all there is, and I hit the button, I might get filled on a 57. I got to lead the duck. Okay? Now, if there's 5, we look down here at 54. If my stop loss was 54, okay, I have 5 or 6 players here. Now I can relax a little and make sure that it goes through. When it gets to 4 and it goes to 2, well, I should be pulling the trigger already. So that's what I meant by 4 or less. Okay, so at 60, I need 2 players at 61 to get out at 60. At 63, I maybe need to pull the trigger at 66. When the last guy at 66 If I hit it on a market, I might get the 63s because that's 4 players down.
Could you know, everything's gray, there's no set. But if you saw a large number of shares, large size with
Absolutely, that's going to be another influence. But one trick at a time. I mean, what if one guy's here with 100,000 shares? Well, okay, he may be support himself, okay? And
But as a rule of thumb, you're counting, there's gotta be 4 there.
yeah, about 4 players to get out, okay? And it may not necessarily be at your price. As I say, again, we see that there's 3 people here at 60, okay? So when there's 161 left, to get out of 60, I gotta be hitting the sell market button, okay? Now I can go down here and hit 60 and sell limit, but that actually negates my chances even more, because what if it doesn't show a 60? Then I have to cancel my order and reload it for another one. And that slows me down. I don't want to be firing blanks. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Okay, let's go back and take a quick look at a couple more of you guys here, if I can get this thing to pay attention to me. Okay, number 5. Okay, he was running on a slow computer, so we got to give some leeway here. Are we upside down here? 1507, yeah, let's go the other way. Okay, so he bought Novellus at 27, and it didn't respond quickly, so he clicked again, so he has another position, already? Therefore, he had to sell. Now this time, it took 4 seconds in between the 2 sells to get out, but he managed to do it on a perfect nickel. Good trade. Under duress, managed a good trade, okay? Sold short, okay, at the 14, already. Tried to get out and bought back at the 21, missed by 2 cents, okay? And that's the problem, it's difficult sometimes. This is not an easy game, guys. But he did it again, slow computer, he bought, okay, and you can see he double-clicked it, same second, alrighty? And he bought 21 21s, okay? And he got out a 1 at 5, at a nickel, at 16. But then we had to switch computers, alrighty? And the other one just didn't take, and that one we lost 13 cents in. Alrighty? Number 6. Okay, so this is Al. So he was playing AMD. In his wisdom, he saw that AMD looked like it was going up. He bought at 1547. He had a pretty good plan. He was going to get out at 55. His stop loss was going to be about 45. But I made him get out early. I just said close it. So actually, he was up at one point about 5, 6 cents, weren't you? Okay. Yeah, making big money there. Then we switched to Novellus and we started playing the game. He went long at 25. He took his loss at 20 for a perfect nickel loser. Excellent. He went long at 15 and got out at 10 for a perfect nickel loser. Went long at 13, got a little hasty and took it off the table at 17 for a 4-cent winner. He didn't take his full nickel winner there. Then we're going to have to ask him what happened. Okay, because yeah, that's what'll happen to you, okay? He bought it at 21, and he let it get away from him, so then he started hoping it was going to come back, and it kept dropping and dropping, and finally he was forced, under duress, to take it, okay? And guys, can you see? He lost a nickel, he won 4 cents or a nickel, and then he took a big loser, relatively. 3 times as much. Now, how many good trades do you have to make up for this? This is 3 little losers, okay? And then finally, he bought long, and he sold it off on command at 2 cents win, okay? And then, Cy, you were number 8? I mean, excuse me, Jim. No? 9. Okay. So here's Jim playing Novellus. He bought long at 26. got out at 30.18 for an 8-cent loser, missed by a couple of pennies. And this, what Jim did here is he was looking around and had his hands on his platform, and inadvertently he had clicked on a number. In fact, that number was $30.23, which when he clicked on it, put it into a limit order. When he got down to 21, he hit the sell button thinking he would get out at the prescribed nickel. But he therefore set a limit order out at 23, and of course the market was at 21 by 22. So who's going to buy it from him at 23? By the time he figured it out and we got him canceled, switched to market, we got out at 18. That's why you always want to make sure you're ahead of the game. Always look at the gun, check the ammo, make sure that the tie down on the gun is not on the hammer, okay? If anything, you have it in your hand. Okay, so then we went short at 11 and bought cover at 16 for a perfect nickel loser, sold short again at 14 and got out at 21, missed his stop by 2 cents for a 7-cent loser. Went long at 22, bought it again at 19, bought it again at 18, bought it again at 16. God, I hope you're not averaging down. I hope it was a mistake, okay? And I don't see enough cells here. Did you get rid of it all?
I don't know. Got it open there.
You don't have any open positions, so, okay. So at this point, we are 40 long, okay? He then sold off 10, and then he bought 10 more, and he sold off 10, and he bought 10 more, and he bought 10 more, and then he dumped it all at 50, okay? I don't know what's going on here, guys. Certainly we didn't hit any of our stops, okay?
Nobody's getting greens either.
Oh, did you guys notice that? Very little green up here, okay? And finally he sold short at 12, and he bought cover on command at 11 for a penny winner. Righty. Okay, and then we came around to Carl. Who are you?
I'm 15.
You're 15.
Why are we not seeing, I mean, because the market, we're all doing the same thing. The market's going down, the stock was going down.
Well, because you guys were selling short when the market was going up, and you were buying long when the market was going down.
We were doing exactly the opposite.
You're almost a perfect barometer still. So you still have investor running through your veins, okay?
For this exercise, it didn't matter.
No, I didn't care whether you won or lost. What I cared is that you hit nickels. This was an execution exercise, not a market read exercise.
I still want to know why. 'Cause,
I don't understand. What's your real question? Ask the question again. We were joking there for a moment.
The market, you know, when that was going down, and our stock was going down, so if we're buying,
Long, you were losing.
okay, but if we're buying short, we should.
Selling short.
Selling short, we should be losing.
But at any given moment, is there a green candle in here? How big do you think this candle is? Why do you think I set a nickel? Watch this, guys. Oh, we're on Cisco, by the way. Hang on a second. Let's get back to Novellis here. Okay. At any given moment, any one of these candles is larger than a nickel. Okay, so if we look at this green candle right here, it closed at 30.08 and the low is 30.03. It's a nickel. So I knew that the ATR in Novellis was larger than 5 cents per minute. Okay, so I knew you were either going to be making a nickel or losing a nickel every minute. And that's what I...
Average trade.
Technicals, you know, trend line things isn't gonna work because the.
Well, not for a nickel, but guys, here's what you should have been doing had we been trading. You would have gotten short here or here, and you would have stayed short until here. You'd only made 2 trades in an hour. That's not what I was trying to get you to accomplish. I wanted you to push buttons. I want you to get over the fear of going, what should I be doing? Do something. That's all I wanted. Now that you're doing something, can I get you to do something that you see? Can you see a nickel on either side? That was the exercise, okay? If you were trying to make money, well, God bless you, but you didn't do it, okay? Carl had a couple of winners, but he also had a couple of losers. I don't have to read all these to you. We can see that he got out on a perfect nickel here. He missed his stop by 2 cents here. He didn't wait for full fruition, full progress profit. He got out early at 3 cents. He got out early at 3 cents. He lost at 8 cents, and he got out early at 4 cents. Guys, don't worry about how much money it is. Do you see that his losers are bigger than his winners? Okay? The best you could have done is that your losers would have been the same size as your winners had you followed my rules. Okay? But that wasn't the point. The point is that I knew you guys were going to mess up, and I want to be able, these are called teaching moments. Alrighty? Whoa, that's kind of cold. Alrighty, so here we are. The first trade doesn't count because we were playing Cisco before we got in and played the game. And here they made Julio made a penny, okay, dime on that one. Good out at 5 cents, good stop loss there. Missed the stop loss by 2 cents. Hit the stop loss on. Got out too early on his stop loss. He went short over here, okay, and made a 3 cent winner. Didn't let it ride. And then he started getting nervous. Oh, here's a good one, okay. He bought these, 1 second difference. So that's a partial fill, guys. Can you believe that? A partial fill on 10 shares. You got filled for a 5 and a 5. You didn't buy 5, did you? No. So it's a partial fill.
You keep saying 2, 3 cents. That's 30 cents, isn't it?
It's 30 cents. Three pennies times 10 shares.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
3 cents times 10 shares is 30 cents. Okay? So he missed by a penny here. This is really 6 cent loser, right? 3 on 5 and 3 on 5. Okay, so. Alrighty, moving right along. That was what, 16? Let's go to 17 here. Okay, let's get down here. Broadcom, he came out with a flat on. When we went into the game, Dave hit, Thomas, not David. Thomas hit 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents. Okay, he won an extra penny, I'll let it go, and 5 cents. Needless to say, who's the closest so far? Okay, good job over there. And then we go to Trish, and here we were playing, what is that, Sepacor?
Whatever that came up on the
Okay, and she took a 2 cent loser. Then we started playing the game. She missed her stop by 2 cents. She was looking for a nickel out, okay? Here she took less than a penny winner, alrighty? Oh no, that's a 9 cent winner. So she went 4 cents over her profit motive, okay? Good win, but missed on the game, alrighty? And here she sold short and missed on the stop. Now again, you can see that you have an 8 cent loser and a 7 cent loser and a 9 cent winner. They're too close, alrighty? So again, what you should have had, of course, would be perfect nickel losers and perfect nickel winners. But if we looked at a real chart, I want to see a 9 cent winner and a 3 cent loser. I want to keep that 3 to 1 always in the back of my head. Alrighty, we're coming up on the close here. S&Ps are rallying back up here towards the end of the day. Okay. Novellus, pardon me? No, it's untypical the last 3-4 days, okay? Well, yesterday it rallied up. Some of the rally is caused by what? Short-term covering. A lot of people sold short in here, and they're buying cover to close their positions. This doesn't mean the market's going up, okay? It means the market is closing, is what it means, okay? And they're taking their profits for the day. So let me switch back over here to my account. Alrighty. Wow, RSCH fell off today. We were up to about 300 bucks. Boo. Now we can see right here, I'm not going to open any more trades. Let's go to Cisco. And we'll see who's playing. Okay, I know from Cisco, you guys don't know how I know yet, but I'll teach you eventually. Okay, Smith Barney, GVRC, and Goldman Sachs are the hammers in this stock. Okay, and we probably won't get much action here, but you can see that GVRC and Smith Barney are at 77 over here. And GVRC's at 66. The other two aren't even showing up. Okay, so it's pretty much done for the day. We should have looked at this a little earlier. This stock will not go up over 75 right now, and it will not go down below 66 unless these guys change their positions. We can see it selling off into the 69s right now. Now it's down to 68s. Okay, in one more penny at 67, GVRC will be at risk. The market, if he is the hammer, he stays there, the market will stall at 67 and start to go back up. Okay? Even though you just saw it race down there. Now, Smith Barney, his buddy, just showed up with 10,000 shares. Everybody see that at the bid? Now he's gone. But he drove the price up from 67 up back to 68, almost 69. Then he relieved. Okay? Why is he driving the price up? So he can sell it at 77. You see Smith Barney over there only showing 100 shares at 77? Okay? At some point, he's going to zoom down to the inside ask and start dumping. Okay? I don't think he'll get it up to 77. Why? GVRC's in the way at 75. Okay? So now GVRC's at 66, GVRC's at 75. He's playing hammer, he's controlling the price. They're playing ping pong back and forth between these two prices. And now we're seeing it go back up again, maybe a little short covering rally, but it'll stall at 75. Okay? I don't even think they'll approach it. No. I think we're too close to the end here, and these guys aren't going to let it go anywhere. So they're just trapping it. Now, towards the end of the day, you'll also start to see a lot of huge share size come through. They'll be the ones with the boxes. And we're right at the close right now, guys. Look for a 1600 or a 1601 to come through here. Okay? And GVRC has relieved from 66. It's dropped down to 60s. 55s are printing. It's 65 over here. It's getting out of hand. Okay? The market has closed. We're getting 58s printing. We're still at 61 over here. In a second, you're going to see all the market makers turn off their lights. Okay? Anybody who can, or selling it for 58. Okay? The market's closed. Pardon me?
The bid or the ask never was at 58.
Right. Somebody was dumping it. Do you think this guy down here at JP Morgan would buy 58s if somebody sold it to him? Sure.
Why would somebody sell it for 58 when they could have got 60?
Well, they may not have been able to get 62. What if they could only see JP Morgan?
So there's some really...
I'm going to give you one of the great statistics of all time, people. The game's over there, 1601. That's end of market. All these lights should turn off here in a second. Guys, there's only about 60,000 professional traders in the world, or in the United States.
That's counting everybody?
That's counting you and me and all the people at Merrill Lynch and Goldman Sachs and all their friends.
60,001.
Yeah, I said you and me and all them. Okay, there's about 60,000 of us. How many millions of Americans are playing in the market on a daily basis?
How many?
Well, 95 million households, okay, which accounts for about 50% of the American population. So there's about somewhere around 140, 150 million people who have an interest in this market. So the people who see level 2 and know what's going on are very, very few people. We're a very rare and elite group. Welcome to the club, boys and girls.
So you're saying that's 60,000 versus
Look at all the big shares coming through now.
100 million?
150 million don't know what they're doing, and there's 60,000 of us taking them to the cleaners.
And we gave our money to those full service brokers.
Yeah.
We said, just sell it.
as far as the market makers here,
Just sell it,
Sell it, Mark.
please.
so they still have that stock going home today.
Some of them do, yes. Some of them have bought inventory in. Now, why would they buy inventory today unless they thought it was going up tomorrow?
All of them is,
Now, how do you know
Maybe the
if they bought it or sold it?
I don't. I can't tell who bought it or who sold it. And certainly not after market. While it's happening, I can show you who's doing it because I can see. If NASD here says he's buying 7,000 and I see him go to 6,000 and I see a 1,000 come through here, I go, he just bought that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but I can't tell now. Yeah, oh, sure. And again, you guys can't watch it this fast. Now, what are all these great big prints going through here? Okay. No, these exactly. These are the transfers, ladies and gentlemen. These are where, we're going to take a break here in just a minute. These are where Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan has been going out and accumulating all day long. He's been buying, okay, for Oppenheimer, for Janus Fund, for Fidelity, for Ben Franklin, right? Now he has to transfer it and give it to them, okay? And if you watch carefully, you'll see that when the next big block comes through, the volume up there will not change because that would be double counting it. He bought it earlier today, but now he's transferring real property. So he has to print it again as a transfer so the public knows that he has collected 32,985 shares for somebody, and now he's going to hand it to them. I have to tell everybody that I'm handing it to him. Okay? So that's what these prints are. So this gives you an idea of the institutional trading in here. And boy, if you watch, suddenly you'll see 2 million shares come through.
So that's, all the lies that we've been told all day are coming out now.
Yeah, so to speak, yeah. Yes, all the games that were played, the reality is now hitting the
Everybody's
book.
coming clean.
Right.
Well, yeah, but they had to post it, what, within 90 seconds when they transferred?
Right,
When
but they bought it
transferred.
10,000 and 500 and 2,000 and 1,500. Now they transfer it at 32,000 all in one block. Okay, so Janus Fund called up Goldman Sachs and said, guys, today in Cisco, I need 32,985 shares in order to cover my portfolio. Goldman Sachs says, okay. So Goldman Sachs went out and bought some of it, okay, at $22.31, and he bought some of it at $22.83, and he's making delivery at an average price of $22.60. Okay? So he can't buy it all at 31. He's going to buy it all day long, and the prices are going to be sometimes up, sometimes down. So he gives them an average price.
so he bought below market, huh?
Well, the low of the day was 22.31, and the high was 83, and he delivered it for 60.
So everything in there's got to be between that, in that range, right?
Well, it doesn't have to be. It will be typically in that range.
50 millions?
Now, some of this, excuse me, maybe I misunderstood you, Al. These trades here are real trades after hours. These big blocks are typically transfers.
Yeah, but don't they have to be within the high and the low?
Well, yeah.
So they're,
Well, up until 4 o'clock.
that's what I mean.
You know, and now if we got a real high coming in here for 900 shares at 22.87, it wouldn't change the high of the day. Remember when we did our terminology?
Why would it be that, though?
Listen to me. Instead of why, when we looked at terminology, when is the high counted as official?
I thought at the end of the day.
Yes, at 4 o'clock. What time is it? It's 4:06. This doesn't count. So it's not going to change the high of the day if I get an 87 or a 90 in here now. The end of the day is where the high was. And the opening price, or the opening price is where the first trade at 9:30 was. All righty?
Just because it's end of day doesn't mean you can't stop trading. These guys
That's
do.
right. Yeah, now the ECNs are still in here trading, Island and Arca and Brute. These guys are still out here trying to work this stock, okay? And it was actually a pretty slow day on Cisco, only 51 million.
Trading amongst themselves, then, right?
Yeah,
Not with the public.
Well, some public is trading with them, but very little. Mostly they're just trading back and forth with other traders.
Right, right. Maybe you got a buy order into one.
Right. All right, we're going to continue on. We looked at a little bit about the ECN executions. First thing this morning, we talked about limit orders and market orders. We've done a little bit of live trading. As we go further into this class, you get more and more live trading every day, okay? Obviously, on day one, it took a while for us just to get you guys organized. Tomorrow, or the next class, you immediately just log on and we start trading, okay? So it gets to be a lot more fun as we go a little further down the line. But while I have talked about the smart order routing in here, I do want to take some time and go through with you about some of the other routes and how we kind of got here at the same time. The routes themselves describe kind of the history of direct access trading. And the first and foremost one was called SOES, S-O-E-S, better known as the Small Order Execution System, and it is the most basic way for NASDAQ traders to get into the marketplace. A little background. You guys, if you remember, we talked briefly about it, the 1987 Black Monday crash. Okay, the Dow Jones fell 22% in one day, all that stuff. It was a pretty grim day for the investor, the average Joe out there. Well, here's what happened. The market started going down, and the different brokerage associations actually approached their brokers and said, no matter what you do, don't answer the phone. Okay, so the brokers watched the phone ring, and they said, later today, when Joe is really panicked, then we'll take his orders. Well, that was what was alleged, and George Bush, Daddy President, not George W., and the SEC heard about this, and they tried to take the brokerage industry to court and tried to get them to admit that they actually lied and cheated the American public. Of course, they wouldn't admit that. But out of it all came, the SEC said, well, if nothing else, you will be obligated to provide a route to the average dude to get to you and buy or sell his product, small, okay, and you're going to have to accept the order. And we want this done electronically. So in 1988, the SOES system was put into place, and it was required that it become an obligated system. Now, of course, the market makers hated this, and they fought it tooth and nail, and they finally convinced everybody to keep it to 1,000 shares or less. Because, after all, if you had more than 1,000 shares, you weren't a small investor, you were a big investor, okay? But this was kind of a feel-good law, wasn't it? Because how many of you guys were on the internet in 1988? I mean, besides Al Gore. Okay, I mean, he was the father, wasn't he? Yeah, he invented it, something like that, yeah. So, and you didn't read about it in the paper, did you? Was it on the headlines of your local town? SOES enacted for your benefit. Do anybody remember seeing that? No. Yeah, so, I mean, most of you guys had an Apple IIe at that point. Okay, you were still playing Pong, already? So even though this law was put into place, it wasn't very useful. However, it was the first hole in the dam. The broker dealers built this huge barricade around them. They hid themselves in smoke and mirrors. They wrapped themselves in cloaks of professionalism. I mean, there was a time when there was your lawyer, your broker, and your doctor, and they were all looked at equally well. Now we all, make jokes about attorneys, okay? Your doctor has gone to an HMO already, and what then of your broker-dealer, okay? So they've kind of come down in stature a little bit. But we penetrated this veil of smoke and mirrors with this system called SOES. What happened was a few people found that they did have electronic access. And now with SOES, you can only buy at the ask, and you may only sell to the bid. So it's strictly a retail operation. But over the course of a day, you could go in and you could buy it from Merrill Lynch, and as the price went up, you could sell his own shares back to him at a higher price, and he had to take them. Okay? And he had to take them. Well, the market makers didn't want this to happen too fast. They instituted all sorts of rules. You know, the 5-minute rule, you can only sell every 5 minutes. You couldn't sell in 2.5 minutes, you had to wait. So if you had 2,000, you could only sell 1,000 shares. Then you had to wait 5 minutes, then you could sell another 1,000. They had all these weird rules and stuff. You ready? Nowadays, that has expanded, but that hole got bigger and bigger, and then the ECNs put their cables through and hooked in, and that's how direct access really got started. So we still like SOs. We hold it in fond memory. As I showed you today, it's still a pretty darn fast execution system, isn't it? I mean, we saw it go pending, filled. I mean, ARCA to ARCA was filled, but it was boom, boom. That's still pretty darn fast, already. So this is the best way to get into market makers. SO's orders are filled by the market makers mostly, and now both track and brute. You might want to make a note on your page there because this has just changed. So it's both track and brute are the ECNs that have joined the SOs. Now that means they're obligated. If you ask them and they're showing 1,000 shares and you ask them for 1,000 shares, they must sell it to you. They cannot turn you away. Okay? Again, a SO's buy order is executed at the ask. A SO's sell order is executed at the bid. You can't post with SO's. You ready? Now, if we look at a level 2 up here, again, SO's orders are filled primarily by the market makers and 2 ECNs. If we look on the ask, we see we have Knight Trimark, we have Susquehanna, we have JP Morgan, we have Cowen, we have Wachovia, and that's it. It looks like there's a whole laundry list, but N-Trade and the other guys are all ECNs. Alrighty? But still, if I wanted to buy 633 with SOs, I would have no problem getting filled because there's plenty of good share size, notably Cowen there showing 25,000. Okay, so if I asked him for 1,000, he would be obligated to give me 1,000 at 633. Okay? Now, if we go over to the other side and we'd like to sell 632s, it gets a little thin. Because again, we have Lightspeed and Inca, which are ECNs. JP Morgan is the only real market maker there. Well, what if I wanted to sell 2,000 shares at 32? Well, JP Morgan is only showing 1,000. He would be obligated to take the 1,000. He would probably take the other 1,000. Remember, market makers do not post true share size. If he's showing 1,000, he probably wants to buy 10,000, okay? But he's only going to obligate himself for what he shows, okay? And of course,
He's obligated to your 2,000.
no, he's obligated to the 1,000 he's showing. But if I asked him to take 2,000, he probably would, okay? And of course, once he doesn't have to.
Obligate whatever he shows.
Right. And of course, he has to be obligated for 5 seconds, okay? And then he has to either refresh or move, one of the two. Yeah, they bought up a firm called Henbeck and Quist. And for a while they were showing JPHQ. They've gone back to JPMS. Okay? So, JP Morgan Securities. So it switches back and forth all the time. That's why I don't make a big deal about some of these letters. As you can see, if JP Morgan doesn't want to take our 1,000 shares, we then have to wait. If you remember the last slide, it said the SO's sale must be at the inside bid. So now if JP Morgan leaves, there's only 2 ECNs there. There's no market maker. So now our SO's order would just start to pend for the second 1,000 shares, right? Now how long would it pend? Well, we can cancel it immediately, but after 90 seconds, the NASDAQ computers cancel it because they don't like long-term pending orders just hanging out there. Now guys, 90 seconds is an eternity. You saw how fast we got filled today. You think you're not going to be filled in 90 seconds? But theoretically, if you just forget about it, the NASDAQ will cancel your order for you. So then we would have to wait for what? Either somebody to join the 32s or all the 32s to leave, and now the inside bid would be 31. Okay? But if we were at market, we're going to get slipped a penny, aren't we? We'd like to have sold it for the 32s. Okay, now some more basic SOS facts. SOS does offer both market and limit orders. Okay? If you're using SOS market, you're going to be filled at the best available price at the moment that your order is processed. Here's what you'd look like. Again, you'd have market in here, and you'd have the route SOS, and of course your price box is going to be grayed out because you're at market. But I want to really stress this best available at process, because in SOS, it's done on a first come, first served basis. Well, what if all of us, I said, everybody, line up at the door? Well, one of you is going to be 10th. Okay, and so your order isn't processed until the other 9 guys are processed. So if you're using a SOS market, you can get slippage. Limit orders are limited to the inside ask price on a buy, limited to the inside bid price on a sale, and limited to the inside bid price on a short sale. Okay, and your box would look like this. Now it says limit, SOS, and a price. Okay, now if I hit the buy button, I'll only get filled at $16.96 if that is the inside ask. If I hit the sell button, I'll only get filled, I'll only be able to sell to the bid at $16.96. Okay, if I hit the short button, I can only sell to the bid if there's a $16.96 and we're on an uptick. Remember, I can't sell to the bid on a downtick. As I just said, SOS orders are executed on a first come, first served basis. There are actually 2 sets of SOS now. We have the regular SOS, which only involves small cap or mid cap stocks. These are stocks that are less than $1 billion in market capitalization and generally are around $5-6 bucks. Alrighty. If we do that, then we can only buy or sell 500 shares. This is called the small cap tier size. Okay. So don't worry, your platforms know all this. If you hit a small cap stock and you say, I want to sell 1,000 through SOS, a little box will pop up and say, I'm sorry, you may only sell 500 shares at a time. Okay, and you'll have to wait 5 minutes before you get to do it again. You ready? On the other hand, we instituted in, I believe, August of 2001, the Super SOS system. Now, they went from a maximum of 1,000 to a little bit more. 999,999. Now, please, don't ask me, why didn't they just make it a nice round million? I don't know. The market makers in their wisdom chose this number. Now, guys, that's pretty much unlimited to us, isn't it? Are you going to buy 900,000 plus of anything twice? Okay, so this is pretty much, as far as we're concerned, unlimited share size. Of course, there are some small cap stocks, generally ones that are less than $5, that aren't SOSable. So if you see a $2 stock and you hit your SOS route and try to buy it from a market maker, he is not obligated. He may sell it to you, but he's not obligated. He doesn't have to under 5. Alrighty? Now, why are they there? To trade. So if he wants to sell $2.39 and you're asking for $2.39, he'll probably sell it to you. But if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. Okay? Market orders, whether they're SOS or any other kind, typically have a bit of a priority over limit orders. Why? Well, because the computer doesn't even have to think about it. In a limit order, the computer has to say, I will fill it if and only if it meets these requirements. Where market orders, what's next? Next, 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 next. So market orders tend to get filled ahead of limit orders, and market orders, as we know, almost always get filled. The problem is at what price? You know, you might get slipped depending on how fast that stock's moving. You may cancel an order immediately. All you have to do is hit the cancel button and you're out. Okay? Brute and track are now SOSable. Of the eight, there's 6 that are not. It's going to be very interesting. The very first ECN that went to SOSability and accepted obligation was called Lightspeed, LSPD. Okay? LSPD, in a very short period of time, managed to capture 40% of all SO's orders. They took all this lion's share size away from the market makers. However, within about 9 months, they went bankrupt. So I've always, interesting how somebody could be doing so well and suddenly go bankrupt. And yet maybe it's not so interesting when you start playing with people who are bigger than you. Okay? Well, you already own the stock, and you hit the cancel button, nothing. You haven't put an order in.
Nothing, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you own it. Now, if you have a pending order to sell it, and you hit the cancel, you just canceled your pending order, and you have to reinstate your pending order. But the cancel button does nothing unless those keys are lit up hot, and that means you have a pending order. Okay? Depending on the volatility of the stock and your place in the SO's queue, okay, you may get filled several levels beyond the current bid or offer. Again, if we're at market, you can suffer slippage. That's all that says. Okay, now, guys, as far as I'm concerned, you can take an X and put it through this page here. First off, the 5-minute rule is only for small caps, and you're not going to be playing those. Okay. Second, they're trying to get rid of the 5-minute rule entirely. So if you want to read that, go ahead. Basically, it just says if you're dealing with a $5 or $6 stock that's less than $1 billion at 500 shares at a time, you must wait 5 minutes between any 2 buys and 5 minutes between any 2 sells. Okay. Now we get into a little bit of super SOs, and these are almost as ridiculous as far as rules come. You're going to love this one. You must wait, according to the book, 0.8 of a second, okay, between hitting the same market maker at the same price. Now, wait a minute. Guys, we can buy 999,999. How many times do you need to go to these guys, and how fast? It turns out, if you read the punchline down here, in August 01, when this thing was instituted, they found out their computers couldn't calculate 0.8 of a second. So they dropped it to 0. So you can go and hit these market makers as often as you want for 1 million shares, okay, every instant if you like. And also under rules, and again almost ridiculous rules, there are 0-second waiting periods on IPOs and secondary offerings, okay? The bad news is when as super SOs came in here, the market makers had to reduce their share size from 1,000 and only have to show 100 shares. They could be hiding 1 million, but they only have to show 100 shares. For any of these rules, whether it's shorting or small cap tier size or the waiting periods, your platform will know what to do. Any questions on SOs?
Yeah, on our platform, it just shows SOs. We
Yeah.
see super SOs.
It knows which ones are which. So when you select SOs, you are going into the overall SOs system. It will be able to distinguish small cap SOs and super SOs. It knows what to do.
And when would we use this?
If you want it just to talk to a market maker, okay, now DART automatically, your smart routing automatically uses SOs. So it's a subset of the smart route, okay? So if you say DART, I wish to buy, and it only sees a market maker, it will use a SO's order to get it. On the other hand, if you wanted to shift gears for yourself, ready? Because what's DART going to do? Is it going to look around for ECNs first? Now, I know this sounds ridiculous. This might take a picosecond, okay? But it has to look around for them. It looks for the best price, the cheapest execution, the fastest route, okay? So there is some computer time involved in there. To you and me, it's almost nothing. But I want you guys to understand how it works.
But it looks for the ECN first, start that?
Well, yeah, because they're almost always the cheapest and the fastest, okay? They not always have the best price, but they're always the cheapest and the fastest, so the smart route has to consider them. But what if they're not there? So then it may take a second for the DART to go up. No ECNs, SOs, okay?
But are the market makers obligated?
Market makers are obligated under SOs, yeah, through DART, yeah. DART says My boss told me to get you with a SOS on an obligated order, so you're obligated. They go through the SOS system, they are obligated. Okay, here's a couple quick scenarios, okay? On the left-hand side, it says buy or sell okay. Well, if we wanted to buy 590s, we have Knight Trimark here with 100, okay, and we have Bear Stearns with 100. Well, Mike, that doesn't look very good. What if I wanted to buy 1,000 or even just 500? Again, people, these are market makers. They very rarely are going to be just selling 100 shares. They probably are selling 1,000,000 shares. They only show 100, okay? So if you touch them, either Bear Stearns or Knight, for 1,000 shares, you would probably get your fill, market or limit, okay? Certainly, if I wanted to sell 1,000, I have UBS Warburg over here showing 1,000. Instantly, I'm out with him, okay? I say instantly. Guys, what if everybody sees the bad news at the same time? Now it's who's first in line. And maybe he only wants to buy 10,000. He says 1,000, but what if there's 11 guys in front of me? And he buys 10,000, and suddenly, you know, I get there in line, I go, take mine. He says, no, I'm full. I'm done up, okay? So we can buy and sell okay here, okay? But we're at market. What if we wanted to buy 2,000 shares at 590? Well, we're not saying at 590, we're saying at market. What if we wanted to buy 2,000, okay, at market? And these guys only fill me for 100. What would happen? Well, there's three things that must occur or has to happen for me to get filled. First off, as long as the price is 590 and there's only ECNs there, my order is going to start to pend for the balance. How long is it going to pend for? 90 seconds. Very good. So what's the next scenario? Could another market maker join the 590 within that 90 seconds and fill me? Sure. And then the third scenario is what? All of these guys leave the 590 and the new inside ask becomes 591. Now Hammer can fill me, okay? And if he gets filled, then Spear Leads Kellogg, Prudential can fill me. So I will be filled on a market order, okay, but I don't know what price. Make sense? Okay, on the right-hand side says, can you sell with SOs? And the answer here is no, because there's no market maker. We got Attain, Ready, and Arco, all of which were ECNs. You ready? So, again, even with a market sale, I can't go around the inside bid. I must have a market maker step up to the 589s, or the 589s have to disappear and the new price becomes 588. Then I could be filled by Schwab or Bear Stearns. But then it didn't get sold at 89 either. I got sold at 88. I slipped a penny, huh? So on this side, it would be no problem. It says, can you sell? The answer is no. What if, can we buy? Certainly. We're going to get filled with Bear Stearns at 590. We might get filled with Knight, and it might slip up. So you got to think about what the picture looks like. Who's available? Remember,